Hello everyone, this is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Today we are doing a lesson about advice to memorize vocabulary. The first piece of advice, learn new words by theme. And this means that, well, a long list of random, unrelated words is difficult for the brain to process. It's very difficult. So, example, a long list of random words like clutch, dishonest, faith, petal, awkwardly, carpet. These are all different subjects and themes and types of words, and this is very, very difficult for the brain to process. It's difficult to learn groups of very different words. It is better to learn words from the same theme, so the same subject or topic. Example, car parts, clutch, wheel, tire, bonnet, steering wheel, dashboard. So since all these words are from the same theme, this is much easier to learn. Okay, so these words are much easier for the brain to process. Okay, so first of all, learn new words by theme. Learn related words and phrases. So the advice here is, when you learn a new word, find all the derived related words and phrases and learn them too. Let's take an example. Imagine you're reading something and you discover a new word that you do not know. Curious. You do not know this word, so you look in the dictionary. And this is what you find. So first of all, it tells you the part of speech. The dictionary tells you this word is an adjective. And then it tells you the meaning. And meaning one is interested in learning about people or things around you. So you look for an example and you find the detective was very curious. Okay, very curious. So I'm sure now you can understand the meaning of this word. There is also a second meaning as an adjective, and it means strange or bizarre. Example, it's curious that Mark isn't here. Okay, so this is just the one word, but don't stop there. Don't stop just looking up one word. You must continue the work and you must find all the derived related words and phrases and learn them too. So let me show you that. Let me show you this process. So look for the derivatives of curious. So you look in the dictionary and you find next to curious, you find curiosity in the dictionary, and it tells you that this is a noun. So this is the noun which goes with curious. And so the meaning is the desire to learn about people or things about you. And you find an example. The students have plenty of curiosity. So this is your example sentence. So you write this in your notebook along with curiosity, noun. So now we have two new words. But there's also another one, curiously. This is an adverb. Remember, an adverb modifies a verb. And curiously means in a curious or interested way. example sentence. Who are you? He asked curiously. So he asked the question in an interested way. So you write this word, new word, in your notebook with this example sentence. So you've now learned 3 words from 1 word. And now you look for synonyms of curious. So words with a similar meaning, either the same meaning or very, very similar meaning. And you find suspicious, strange, and bizarre. And for each word, you write down the definitions and example sentences in your notebook. Okay? So now you have 6 words: curious, curiosity, curiously, suspicious, strange, bizarre. And finally, look for expressions, phrases, and idioms with curious and its derivatives. So you look in a good dictionary and you find an expression, an idiom. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed the cat. And this means, well, we say this to warn someone not to ask too many questions. So if somebody is asking you too many questions and you don't like it, you don't like all these questions, you say to the person, stop asking me questions. Don't forget, curiosity killed the cat. So you're warning them, you're telling them, stop asking me questions. So here you've learned 6 new words, curious, and these other 5 words, plus a very good idiom, expression. And all of that started with just 1 word that you read. Okay, so it's very important. With 1 word, look for the derivatives, synonyms, and expressions, and write them down with example sentences. Review words you have already learned. When you learn a new word, it starts in our short-term memory. But you must continue to review the word to transfer it to your long-term memory. Your long-term memory. Okay, so to review, it means to go back and to continue to learn the word. Okay, so it means to go back and to continue to work with the word and to learn it. It's revision. So in the days and weeks after learning new words, read your notes again. So read your notebook, say and write the words again, and do some more exercises. And read some material in which the words appear. So basically, review means to continue to learn a new word in the days and weeks after it. Okay? So don't think that you will learn a new word in 1 session. No, to learn a new word properly in your long-term memory takes time, takes several days and even weeks. Okay, so don't forget to go back and continue working with words. If you do not review words, you will forget them after a few days. That's guaranteed. Okay, so you must do this process. And a good English course with a good English teacher will have regular vocabulary reviews. Okay? Read. Reading is important because you will see new words in different contexts. The context helps you understand the meaning. The context also helps you remember. Because a story or article is more interesting than a list of words. So you will be more concentrated. Okay, you'll concentrate more, you will be interested. Example, you are reading a book or an article or a story. And this is two of the sentences. Jane doesn't like Mark. She thinks that he is pretentious. She thinks that he is pretentious. So this is a new word. You do not know this word. But we immediately know that pretentious is an adjective describing a person. It is the context that tells us it is an adjective, because we can see that pretentious is describing Mark. Okay, so immediately we know it's an adjective describing a person. And we also know it means something bad or negative. And we know this because Jane doesn't like Mark because he is pretentious. So we know pretentious means something not very nice. It's negative. So we know this before even looking in a dictionary. So reading helps us understand words before looking in a dictionary. Okay? And more importantly, we want to learn the meaning to understand the story, to understand why Jane doesn't like Mark. So we're very motivated to look in a dictionary to learn the meaning. We have a goal. We have an objective. It's interesting. We're motivated. You know, what does pretentious mean? Why doesn't Jane like Mark? And so the next time you see the word pretentious or you hear it, you will remember the context and situation first. You will remember this situation. You will remember the first time that you saw this word. And then you will remember the meaning. That will help you remember the meaning. So, conclusion, reading is very, very powerful. It's very, very important for learning new vocabulary. Be active. Reading is important, but it is not enough to properly memorize new words, because you are passive while reading and you need to be active. So, write new words in a notebook with their derivatives, synonyms, and phrases. So be active, start writing. You must be active. Write down example sentences for each new word. This is what I showed you earlier. Writing uses motor memory, and this helps with recall. This helps us to remember. Also, we need to talk. You need to speak. Say the new words and example sentences out loud. And if possible, do this with another student. Ask the other student a question and say the new words and phrases in your questions and/or answers. Okay, so you need to use this new vocabulary. You need to say it and write it. And most importantly, you need to be active. It's no good just reading a long list of words. That is the worst way to try to learn vocabulary. Make flashcards. A flashcard is a card to learn a new word. And the new word is on one side of the card. Example, the word ambulance. So this is the word that you want to learn. and you write the definition or draw a picture on the other side. So on the other side of this card, there is a picture of an ambulance. So for nouns, it's probably better to draw a picture. But for other words, it's useful also to write a definition. And also you can write some example sentences on the back of the card. So you have the word on one side and a definition or picture and example sentences on the other side. And it's important that you make the flashcards yourself, that you write the flashcards, you make them. Don't buy them and don't use cards made by someone else. Why? Well, it's because you must be active. Remember, being active is an excellent way to help you learn vocabulary. So by writing these words and drawing the pictures and writing the definitions, you are being active and it will help you learn the word. And then after you've made the flashcards, there are lots of activities you can do with them. There are memory games, you can sort them into themes, and you can combine several cards to make sentences. And it's very useful, for example, if you're on a bus or a train, or you're waiting somewhere, to take your flashcards with you and just read them. Just turn them over and test yourself. So, okay? So flashcards are a very useful tool. Also, apps, games, and software that you can have on your mobile phone or your tablet or your computer, they're an excellent way to learn new words. Okay? And for a list of the best apps and games, then click here on the screen, and I have written a very good list of the best ones for you. Okay?